Greetings, Caps. Welcome, my dear friend, to Eureka Elementals. Thank you so very much for joining me. I do hope wherever this finds you, that you're doing exceptionally well in whatever time, space, place, or dimension, like I always say. Well, whatever timeline you're in, Capricorn, make the best of it, make the best of it, make the best of it. This is a new one that came to me called Ride or Die. Who is your ride or die? And so we're going to be looking at your issues, right? Pull the 3-card spread pull, but we're going to be getting tarot to clarify. And then we're going to find out who this person that's riding or dying for you is, right? Essentially. And of course with a twist, because, I always do everything with a little bit of a twist. So without further ado, I do hope everything is going really well for you. We're going to start out with the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle. And as I pick up the deck, right, you are essentially the earth bird rising like the phoenix from the ashes, and you're off to a new start, right? And I'm hearing, oh my gosh, it's like at the horse races, and they're off. So, Capricorn, it's your season. And as I cut the deck right here in front of you, Wood Dragon, listen. You have the strength, number 41, so it's a 5, okay? So all of the changes, everything that has happened now, you've been stretched, you have shown growth, and as a result now, everything is really beginning to come into your favor. Why? Because over the past several years, especially with the 2 planets we know, Pluto and Saturn, you have learned to conquer your fears. You have mastered yourself, okay? And nothing could be more important than that. You now have the ability to have that balance. You have healthy boundaries with people. Listen, people are wondering, who is this new person? Because this is not the Capricorn that I know. But now, listen, you're on a path to independence unlike any other. And also coupling up, too. If you don't have your significant person, you are calling them in. Your energy is. And you're finding your way to each other. So, that being said, let's dive right on in, Cappy. Let's dive right on in. Okay, let's see. Right, so your issue is, or context, is that you've now become a beacon of light. The number is 14, which is a 5. We had another 41, I think, before, right? So you have a lot of 5 here, lots of changes again, lots of challenges, lots of growth. It's been good. It's been good. This is a good thing. All of this is technically as well in the context sections in your past, okay? So this is the context. This is what really, it is almost like you were molded in all of this, change. Now you've become a beacon of light, okay? All right. Your challenge, right, is that now that you've arrived with the energy of water rat, right? You are to number 49, right? Which reduces to 13, which reduces further to a 4. What is your 4? This is your rest. This is your recovery. This is your stability. This is your structure. And now you have to focus on your vision with the energy of the water rat. Again, we see 2 dolphins. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are calling in that higher soulmate. If you're not booed up with your twin flame or your soulmate, you are going to soon be doing so, right? The fire rat is looking into the sunset, and look at the tunnel, that vision in a wave, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy right there for you. Okay, that was your challenge too. Now you've got to literally laser focus. Now the outcome, and this is kind of interesting, we'll talk about the rats here, is 37, right? Metal rat. Be aware of projection. Now that you've learned to balance your light and your dark, right? And you have, this energy has reverberated. What I'm seeing right now in my first eye, I've got my eyes closed as I'm seeing this, Cap, is that you have now collapsed all of the different timelines. And this echo, this new version of you, you're mirroring yourself. You are doing so throughout all of the multiverses. See the multiverses that you live in. You are collapsing, all of these are collapsing, and now you have the knowing, you have the understanding and overstanding of all of the energies that you are throughout these many multiverses and timelines. So you've got to be very careful, because what happens now is that you're hyper aware. You're hyper aware, and you have to be careful that not everybody is at that level of this game yet, right? This is, listen, this, we talked about, fifth dimensional chess, but sometimes it seems as though you're dealing with one, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 dimensional chess here. I'm just looking at the layers, right? So you're playing this game at a 12 dimensional chess level. Okay, and ironically 12 and 12 is 144. Okay, so you're spiraling, that your level of this game is unlike any other, because your mind is so, it works from you're climbing like that goat, you already see it, the big picture, and you keep going higher, like spiraling out, you know it. And so you've got to be mindful, my dear Caps, because not everybody is ready to tap into the level of the game where you're at. So when you are dealing with other people, you have to meet them where they're at, right? You have to honor the fact that everybody's playing their own level of this game. Everyone has their own unique game that they're playing. You are playing it for your level, at the level that you're at, and that's fine. So when you meet others, be careful not to project too much on them, because it can be a little sad. And I have to tell myself that at times, all the time. I've had to learn to love. Every time I see someone and I meet someone, I love them where they're at. I'm like, I honor and love you at the person that you're at right now. My higher self is telling me to tell them that, because that's what I have to do. But at the same time, when I do meet someone who has got it at that level of the game, it's like I'm having like we're sitting inside the sun just talking, and in there using that portal to just vibe on this higher level. It's fantastic. But again, just be aware of projection. Okay, so that is the outcome. You're having a reverberating effect. It's a good one, but just be mindful of the projection. And you have here wood horse. You are to live and love joyfully, right? And at the bottom of this, again, I love it. That rebirth, the phoenix rising from the ashes, is underscoring all of this. It's the energy that's going throughout the cards that's really pushing you. So very, very, very fortuitous. And I'll tell you what, in the year of the wood dragon, the most favorable companion to the wood dragon is the rat. It's the rat. So the fact that I don't know if you were born in the year of a rat, you may want to research that, but you should have a very fortuitous year in the year of the wood dragon if you were born in a rat year. Extremely fortuitous, okay? Other than the dragon, the rat is the next most fortuitous. They work in symbiotically, right? So now you have the water rat and the metal rat. So the water rat is in your challenge to focus on this vision, and of course the metal rat about being aware of projection. Again, very, very good. Okay, so let's see now. As I pick up the tarot deck, you're out in your own energy, the devil. Okay, and it's not, again, not about this. It's about the fact that you have mastered the 3D realm. We know this. This is the way I look at the devil. I was like, okay, you mastered the 3D realm, and it's what else can you do? But what did I say? You're calling in the love of a lifetime. And I'm looking at those dolphins, the Two of Cups. You're calling in the highest soulmate possible for you at this time. This is what's underscoring all of this prior to my doing the full-on shuffling. Okay, and for the longest time, for all of those years when you had Pluto did a work on you, had you like a wounded warrior, up all night, full of anxiety, restless nights, can't sleep, and you dealt with a lot of that, So the fact that now that you're on the other side or getting there, and now you're learning with the Queen of Wands energy, you're learning to alchemize. You have listened. The last several years has caused you to become a master of the elements, learning how to make lemonade or lemon meringue pie out of a few lemons. You have really learned to embrace with passion all of the things, whatever was thrown at you, you made the best out of it. And even when you were at your lowest in the Five of Pentacles energy, you didn't look down and out for a while. You eventually found that key and got yourself out of the situation. So this is, again, just a reminder to you of just how fundamentally strong that you are. And now you're at the top of the wheel. Look at that, okay? And you have literally been given your dharma, okay? This is the end of all of those horrible cycles. And this is your destiny. Now you're here to embrace your destiny. And you've essentially become a beacon of light for others. Pisces are going to be rushing towards you right now because Pluto, they thought, you thought you had a battle and Pluto was with you for a little while. Pisces is going to have Pluto in their chart for 20 years, that revolutionary energy. So, bear with me. I have something in my, my mouth that I was trying to finish eating. But you are going to need at this particular time to remember what got you here. It was your positivity. It was your commitment to excellence. It was the fact that nobody could ever, work harder than you. You really do put in the elbow grease, so to speak. And the fact that you're a beacon of light really has become a tower for other people. You have shook the foundations themselves, shook, and you've endured disaster after disaster after disaster, and you're still standing and all, okay? And you didn't lose your passion. You actually gained more. And the fact that you're able to withstand tower after tower, and now you're so used to towers, darling, that you welcome sudden change. You're like, oh, well, Spirit, you throw me a little something. Let me see what I can make out of that. You become a master of disaster. I may call it that, eh? Master of disaster. You have mastered disaster. And the fact, do you know that there are entire industries dedicated to people who can handle catastrophes? That is you. You've become the go-to on when shit hits the fan, wherever you work. Okay? People know when shit hits the fan that Capricorn is the person to call. You can get people out of a jam. And that is good. Okay, so now you're 14 and you have 16. 16 reduces to 7. Again, you're learning to stand in your power. Listen, let me go back to this because I'm going to put this here. But, okay, so 16 is the tower. 16 reduces to 7. You learn to stand in your power. Transform. Defy the odds. What are you doing? Because now you become a beacon of light. You understand? Okay. And Spirit is like, no, go back. Clarify that. Okay, Spirit, I've done that. Okay. Now let's move on here. So, Water Rat is focus on your vision is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Yes. Whenever you have all of these choices, right? Okay. Remember, with laser focus, you have to remember that you need to really hone in when making a decision. When you're balancing all of these things, focus on the vision. What does this ultimately have to do with the long-term goals and plans that I have? Focus on the long-term objectives. Have that, you need to almost, it's telling you really to have a tunnel vision in this particular situation. You don't necessarily want to be in a 7 of Cups situation, have all of these choices. You really want to instead have the balancing of the priorities, really being adaptable, but really focused on how much choice A versus choice B affects the bottom line of my long-term vision and goals. And so this is what you're called to do. That's the challenge with anything that you are facing right now, my dear. Okay. Now, finally, Metal Rat, your outcome and being aware of projection is clarified by the Three of Wands. Okay. So you are, you're in like I said, rapid growth. What did I talk about before? Like you are getting information from multi-dimensional. So it's like reverberating, like when you throw a water in a pond, it reverberates. And the same thing, she's waiting for her ships to come in, right? So you're there, your expansion. If you're involved in something, even say for instance in the United States, you may be expanding some of your goods and your services, whatever, internationally. You are in you're in a natural expansion, growth. You're looking ahead to the future. You looked inside of yourself, you balance yourself, and now you're like, what else can I conquer? What's the next thing for me? Because I've got this. I've got the tea. This is what I'm hearing. I've got the tea. What's next for me? Okay? So at this particular point, you have that foresight. You have the ability to see things well in advance of where they need to be. And that's a part of the gifting that you have for this new beginning, because again, you have been used to so many towers. Look at that. It's a part of the gifting. What did I say? The Ace of Pentacles is here right now. This is a part of the universal gift for you for all of those 16 years that you've had to endure all that suffering. That was the gift. The gift is now that you have this foresight. You have the ability to have that the natural vision of knowing where things are going to be, because no longer are you in a sense of apathy. Okay, no more of that for you. All right, so yeah, you walk with what no longer serve you, and you really call judgment on yourself. You really had to do that self-evaluation, okay, and get down to brass tacks. Yes. Okay, so now let's see who your ride or die is. This is from the Dragon Riders Oracle, and let me tell you, it has been it's a new oracle. And it has been a tremendous asset to my readings thus far. I really liked what it's brought to the table. I do hope that you do as well. It's a fresh perspective on these particular things. And if I can get the shuffling done right, fighting here. Let this card, let me redo this, my dear Capricorn. Bear with me. Okay. So, it's a good perspective. I like it. I hope you do too. And it lets you know exactly what energy silently that could be working with you and has been working with you. And you could also call on them to assist you with any issues that you may have. I'm hearing one more. Interesting. Okay. I don't like to bend them too much at the corners because I don't like my cards bent, but sometimes I have to do it to make it easier for me. All right. Okay, let's see, Cap. Okay, the Dragon Rider that's working with Cap is Michael and Solas Dia. It says, you can do it. Do not give up. Follow the path of your wildest dream. So we're going to read up. The number, by the way, is number 9. I like it. 9 is essentially the movement towards all of the body of work. So all of these years, you were in the mastery level, number 8, right? And this is an 8th year. Now, Michael is here, Archangel Michael, to push you to the 9th, the culmination of everything. Like I said, you have become a true beacon of light. I really do think so. This again confirms you've become a beacon of light. You've become that beacon of light. And because of that, now it seems as though you're being gifted with the truth as well. Not truth and the light. It's kind of interesting. It says now, Michael and Solas Dei. It says, Archangel Michael is known as the Prince of Light. Few angels have been incarnated so often and in so many different worlds, times, and dimensions. One such incarnation was as King Arthur, and as many of you encountered him during this time. Long before the earth existed, this angel was given the holy sword Excalibur. Michael exposes all deception and brings the truth to light. What did we talk about? You are a beacon of light. This is more confirmation. Okay, he is the angel who will provide the most effective support in cleansing your mind of harmful thoughts. A message from Michael: clear your thoughts and clear your mind. Take a deep breath and persevere. Persevere. Okay? Do not give up. The road is rocky for everyone. Avoid self-pity. Remain centered and be aware of yourself. I am there for you. Come to me in your meditation and ask me to wield the holy sword to open and cleanse your crown chakra. I will free it as no one else can. Your newfound clarity will give you the necessary drive and determination to achieve all your goals. Michael is accompanied by the highly powerful female dragon Solas Dea, which means light of the south. A message from Solas Dea: I bring you the power of fire and the earth. Remember your goal or vision. Remember your goal or your vision. So Michael is telling you this, and the dragon is reminding you of the challenge to focus on your vision. Look at how this is coming together. Okay? Yes, focus on your vision and make it your focus once more with a powerful image in the very center of your being. Hold on tightly to this goal and know that anything is possible. Yes, anything is possible. You can do it. You have done it. You've been doing it through lifetimes, And you have become the master of disaster. You are a beacon of light, and you are really at this point. The one thing, listen, people count on Capricorns. You can count on Capricorns to deliver. Okay? So remember how powerful you are. Remember that you've been forged by the fires and by the towers. You've been forged by the towers. Don't you give up. Don't you ever give in. And just remember how damn bold and beautiful and, of course, branish you are. I love you guys, Cap. All the best.